local radio program here in Addis Ababa. It's a pleasure and an honor to have this opportunity to can speak to you. A lot of our listeners tune into our programs based on the fact that we are dealing with Africa development through the love of reggae music, and we try to keep them updated about the works that we are doing here in Africa and trying to connect and relate with our parent body. So it's a real honor to have you to say something to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and as well as here on the continent and in the United States who will tune into the program. Brother Che has some questions lined up for you as well, and a few other questions from some other brothers who spoke to us and asked us to, ask a few questions just to get a feedback and keep the community and the family in the Caribbean and the diaspora informed. So, Brother Che.
Yes, man. So, yes, Ethiopia Teteralech every Wednesday, every Friday, 105.3 Afro FM. Yes, this is Ethiopia Teteralech again. Yeah, are you hearing us clearly?
I can hear you clearly. I can see you as well.
Okay. All right, so let's continue. Yeah, man. Well, we want to wish more blessings. Yeah. Now, let's deal with it like this first. Could you share with us some of the highlights of some of the monumentally significant achievements that has been made in the last 57 years?
Well, first of all, happy Africa Day.
I'm a second hello. Thank you.
Let me also recognize that it is the Rastafari group that concretely brought about the link between the Africans in the diaspora and Africans on the continent. So we on the continent owe you a lot for your contribution to the consciousness of the spiritual and material links between all Africans. We know that the continent suffered an encounter with Europe, through which got the slave trade, the Atlantic slave trade for 400 years. And that is the essence, that's what created the diaspora. Now, the process of recognizing this and reconnecting the African family is what African liberation has been about. And for that, and for the origins of Pan-Africanism, a lot is owed to our brothers in the Caribbean for the work they did, particularly Marcus Musa Agave. He started the Back to Africa campaign in the Black Star Line. You recall that the Ghanaian football team is called the Black Stars.
Yes, sir.
It's about more than football. So the whole spiritual reconnection, reawakening of the African people. When I say the African people, I'm talking about those in the Caribbean and those on the continent. And for that work, it is a Rastafarian community to whom we owe a lot of gratitude, particularly Robert Nesta Kobina Mali, who popularized the song. So in seeking to celebrate Africa Day, we're also celebrating the Emperor Haile Selassie, we're celebrating all the founders, we're celebrating Mama Rita Mali, we're celebrating you as well, and we wish you all the very best in this continued operation to bring the Africans together.
Give thanks.
This year in Ghana, we had the Year of Return. We transformed the gate of no return to the gate of return and reconnection and welcome. We have built that, develop it further. We're looking forward eventually to have the statue of Marcus Musa Agave here in the AU Center. So we have work to do there.
Give thanks.
Give thanks for that.
Good news, that.
Yes. Well, yes. My brother, at present, we are faced with a global pandemic. Our will for Africa's unity is being tested more now than any time before. Now, with the number of COVID cases we see here on the continent and in the Caribbean, we see the numbers rising now. But we want you to highlight some of the deeds or actions of solidarity that's taking place between us here in the continent and our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean.
We we believe that every challenge is at the same time an opportunity.
Mhm.
Depends on how you tackle it. You recall that Bill and Melinda Gates had predicted millions of deaths in Africa. That has not yet come to pass.
Oh, oh,
There's some resilience in the African.
yes,
But
sir.
we've been through the slave trade, we've been through Ebola, we've been through several crises. Are we forward to the generations? Are we still here? We told that the sunshine is good for us, our vitamin C, our vital food is all good for that. But that doesn't mean that we should be careless. We have to be careful. This has showed us the importance of greater integration, more unity, more coordination, more brotherly love, more sisterly love among us. And we continue to work together. This shall also pass.
Well, them thing I will like the sharing, and as we say, it's going to take us as African people looking out and bringing back the love. As we say, we have to, in order for us to pass these things. So we have to be strong, and the love has to be multiplied even more now than any time before. Yeah, I have another question here. Before we let you go, is there any way you could give some words of encouragement to all our African families globally as to how they can participate in helping to make the unity of Africa real?
First of all, I would like to thank the diaspora because they've been very helpful in tackling this pandemic. We've had a lot of support to the diaspora, medical and other support, mobilizing funds, for which we are very grateful. And there's a need to support each other. Going forward, also, we're planning to have a meeting with the Caribbean community. We have a draft memorandum of understanding in line. And the meeting was to take place in Nairobi, has had to be postponed. But this meeting is going to take place. It's going to intensify the unity and integration between the African family.
Yeah,
So going forward, there's room for hope, but there's no room for complacency. We have to continue to work together.
most definitely.
Absolutely.
What he was asking is, as repatriates, as people in the diaspora, are there mechanisms in place that will support us who are returning home, socially, politically, in all aspects here when we get home to Africa?
Yes. So far, work has been done on this in Ethiopia, in Shansamena, and in Ghana.
Mm.
What we need to do is to generalize it across the whole continent.
Oh.
And then we can put the systems in place. And it's going to be one of the items on the agenda in the meeting with the Caribbean community coming soon.
Oh, oh.
So there's still very much work in progress.
Yeah.
And we now have to systematize it and put it on a regular institutionalized basis. So there's work to be done from both sides.
Okay.
To inform governments in Africa, governments in the Caribbean, and even all the people in all the organizations in the diaspora as well.
Oh, oh. Give thanks. We relay this back to our concern, brother, in terms of what the questions that he had he had
Brother
raised.
Carl Wise, yeah.
Yeah. But there was that's something that we try to highlight on the program here at Ethiopia Teteralech, because I know that we we were told that in order for like the African passport to be a reality, it has to be ratified by at least 15 African countries. There has only been one country who has ratified it so far. So we may have to have some campaign to have people reach out to their parliaments in their respective countries to help. I think that would help too.
There's work to be done. There's work
Yes,
to be
man.
done.
Yeah.
There's a question that comes to a lot from the brothers and sisters, who a lot of them have repatriated here, and they would like to know, if there are opportunities for one like themselves who are educated and have skills and would like to offer their services to the continent by working through the AU. Is there such thing, avenue, that facilitation of the?
There is the CEDU department, which is supposed to deal with the diaspora. So we can begin by applying to the CEDU and associating ourselves with the CEDU. But in the final analysis, it has to be on a country by country basis. Okay.
Okay. Got you.
Of course, those with qualifications, they're very much welcome.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank you very much for sharing with us. And as we say, this is our grassroots effort, but we don't want you to hide away from the people in that pretty building up there. We want to bring you down to the grassroots to share and participate with us.
And big respect, because it's not.
As a matter of fact, our aim is to make it an African Union of the African people, not just
yes,
a couple.
Most definitely.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It's been a privilege.
Yeah, give thanks, my brother. It's a real honor on our side to have spoken to you. Yes. And if there's any final thing you want to say before we part words to
our general African family globally, give them a ear up, give them a shout out.
Tell them just leave, just guide.
Love that one, my brother.
All right.
So bless up for you and the team there. I want to commend all of you, because even with the lockdown and the close down, you still find the room to get in to get some things done. And yes, greater future ahead. Greater future ahead.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm a second lot. Thank you. One love, my brother.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
One Africa.
One Africa.